Good evening. Good evening. I want to thank you very much for coming here this evening to enjoy, once again, our annual International Women's History Month program. Come on, guys. So, in any case, it's a joy to have this group here. The band leader, organizer, was one of the original members of not only Spirit of Life Ensemble, but also the Community Awareness Series, which is the sponsoring group. We are the Community Awareness Series of the Jersey City Free Public Library. Yeah. And we present these kind of programs. And this is actually our more than 37 years. We're going on 38 this year, and we've had so much talent come through this room that it's incredible. I mean, whether it's world music, jazz, great organizers, media people, you name it, have been here, and some very internationally famous folks have appeared here as well. So it's an honor to have you here. And on behalf of the Community Awareness Series, we're going to bring out Ubaka Hill and Rhythm Dance. Thank you very much.
We come to give thanks to the wind that carries the ancestor spirits. We thank our ancestors. Wherever you are, you're walking on holy ground. Whenever you are, you're living in sacred time. Whoever you're with, you're in the presence of the divine. So whatever you do, keep that in mind. That's right. Wherever you are, you're walking on holy ground. Whenever you are. Whenever you are, you're living in sacred time. Whoever you're with, whoever you're with, you're in the presence of the divine. So whatever you do what? Keep that in mind. That's right, you got it now. Here we go. Wherever you are, you're walking on holy ground. You're walking on holy ground. Whenever you are, you're living in sacred time. You're living in sacred time. Whoever you're with, whoever you're with, you're in the presence. You're in the presence of the divine. So whatever you do what? Keep that in mind. You got it now for sure. Here we go. Wherever you are, you're walking on holy ground. Whenever you are, whenever you are, you're living in sacred time. Whoever you're with, whoever you're with, you're in the presence. You're in the presence of the divine. So whatever you do what? Keep that in thank you so much for being here tonight, organizing your social calendar. Come out and play with me, and me to come out and play with you. And this stage will fill up, and so will the mosh pit right out front. I always like to make sure there's a mosh pit in the contract. Okay? Right there. Changes. The song was called Changes. And the bigger picture of change. Because if we haven't had change, if I haven't had change in my lifetime, I'm 58. If I hadn't had change in my lifetime, I would be having a whole different experience right about now. And so would we all. So we get to celebrate change, especially positive change for the good of all. So again, thank you for coming out tonight. I'm glad to see that some of you brought some drums and instruments, because as the evening moves along, the audience and the stage is going to blur. We're going to trade places. We're not going to know who's who, because there'll be no dividing lines. We're all here to have a good time and raise the energy, right? Raise the vibrational frequency. Elevate the conversation, where that conversation results in something beautiful, wholesome, and balanced for all of our relations, for the benefit of us all. So I'd like to invite onto the stage the remaining members of Rhythm Dance, and that is Melissa Lavaglio and Olivia Ward. Now on the flyer we had another musician, Carew Thompson, Shake-a-day, masterful Shake-a-day player. She took ill, not feeling well, and won't be joining us this evening in person. So every other thought, if you think about it, you know, we'll send her some healing energy, and every other thought for anyone else that you know who could use a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of energy to help them along the way. Let's bring them into your consciousness, into our consciousness, and we'll bathe them in this. So we all hail from upstate New York. It's about a 2-hour drive to get here, and for some of you that might be true as well, so I appreciate your effort to get here. And as Dawood was saying, and Dawood's a member of the Way Back Club as well. We go way back, 1975, 1976, and thank you for acknowledging me as an original member of the Spirit of Life Ensemble. It's still going. Dawood still has this ensemble going, various, musicians in it, but still going. And that this Community Awareness Series is still going after so many years, 30 some odd years. And you must know, there's been a lot of energy against the existence of this Community Awareness Series, this center, the quality in this particular neighborhood. So Dawood, again, I always say to you personally, and I say this publicly, thank you for putting up the good fight and keeping this going for 30 some odd years. And part of this comes, I started as a musician, as a young social activist, hanging out with Dawood, a bunch of other jazz musicians, very well accomplished, polished musicians, and the music was music for social change. So I came to music as a young social activist, 17, 18 years old, and that's why I played the music. And so like this center and all that we might do, there's a context, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. And when we pay attention to the reason, when we pay attention to the rumble that's coming from the earth, the voices of the people, the rumble from the ancestors, then we respond. So this song is called Ear to the Ground. When you listen to the earth, what do you hear? What are the stones saying to you? What are the trees saying to you? What are the mountains, the waters, the rocks saying to you? What are those ancestor bones, the egunguns, saying to you when you listen closely? Now, I'm not talking about ear to the ground when you're laying down to take a power nap, different time. Or when you're laying back to bask in the sun or the night sky. It's a different intention to listen to what the Earth Mother has to say. Ear to the ground. the people singing ear to the ground, and you feel. Dancing into the ground, can you feel? Into the ground, can you feel the drummers drumming? Into the ground, can you feel? So we got a pretty good long runway for you, but I just want to make sure that you know that you, or your body, which I tend to call my body my earth suit, right? Just like people go out to space in different atmosphere, they need a space suit. In order for our souls to remain in the earth atmosphere, we need an earth suit. So your earth suit is not glued to the chair. That's the message for you. So at any point, there's a lot of room. Remember the mosh pit right here. Lots of dancing to the mosh pit. You can go to the back, you can go to the side. But listen, we have a pretty long runway, so take your time. Pace yourself. Thank you. Because as my friend says, and she's not here right now, she says, it's age, darling. It's a different way of saying age. Age, darling. So we must pace ourselves. That's for the young ones too, don't be getting it twisted. It's not just for us gray-haired ladies. All right, so let me just get my set list going here. So I'm very happy to, always happy to, literally to return to Jersey City. This city, I grew up in this city from the age of about six or seven. And I left at the around 22, 23, somewhere around there, and found a group of folks to hang out with in Brooklyn. Yeah. And so wild folks too. So I came of age here in a big way, and I came of another age in Brooklyn, and that's where I met very powerful women. You know, as long as I drummed here just drummed. I started drumming at age 17, 18. I had a conga drum from the local pawn shop, very proud about that. White fiberglass conga drum, Spirit of Life ensemble. However, I had never seen a woman drum before, ever. And so it was the brothers, it was the men that I saw either growing up in the neighborhood or Red Walcott, is just a few of the names that were part of the ensemble I was with, who would show me a few things. But you know, unlike what we've got going now, where there's drum camps and drum workshops and drum circles and drum retreats, that was not happening 75, 80, hardly in the 90s. So a lot of my teachers and role models of drumming were men, brothers. Until I went to Brooklyn and I met this tribe of women of color with locks and Afrocentric sensibilities, who also did a lot of rent parties. They helped pay the rent. Seriously. And it was, you know, I went to party and I helped somebody pay the rent. However, I learned a lot more about what it means to be a woman, what it means to be powerful without apology, right? What it means to be a woman of color in this culture and around the world, and what it means to take leadership and responsibility for positive change. And I learned a lot, and I learned a lot about African spirituality and culture from a female-centric point of view. And as we're celebrating International Women's History Month, I want to make, you know, those connections, connect those dots for you. This is not always my conversation when I'm performing, but that's the context of what we're doing tonight, is celebrating the lineage of powerful, strong women who made positive social change happen in our country and around the world, and even in my own lifetime. And I have to, at this moment, and I invite you to do the same thing, think of a woman. It could be a blood relative or not. It could be someone who's lived 1,000 years ago, or, you know, just left the planet 2 days ago. But if there's a sister, a woman, that really comes to mind when you think about who are laying down the footprints and leaving their handprints on the wall, who are making significant change happen, at least pioneering that. I want you to think of that woman, and on three, you're going to just say her name out loud. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Harriet Tubman. Nice. Okay, and so we have to remember their names and make sure that our young children, boys and girls, remember those names and know who these people are, who these women were. So we celebrate the women who've come before us. We celebrate the women who are with us, because part of the thing is, I've recognized, sometimes we don't celebrate the ones who are with us. We do good memorials, but we don't do good honoring while they're still with us. And then there will be those who will come after us. We've laid a few tracks, we've opened a path a little wider, maybe a little further, and then there comes, like the relay race, and then there'll come another generation and another. And you know, it's the First Nations people that has asked us to be mindful of at least 7 generations after us. That whatever we do today, just be mindful of that 7th generation, not the next one or the 3rd, the 7th, and how we might impact the quality of their lives. So, so this next song is about the lineage, past, present, future, and it's also about the struggle. And the metaphor is a fire. She rises. She rises from the fire. With the fire, she is rising. How many of you have gone to the belly of the beast, burned, burned is metaphor, we'll get to an actual, but felt like it all just burnt down to the crisp, and you thought there was nothing else left, and you discovered that there was life in the ashes? How many of you? Men or women, doesn't matter. You've got down to the bottom of the belly, the bottom of the beast, the shaman's death, the dark night of winter. And you realize in the ashes, there's green growth, there's life. there's possibility of the future. There's hopefulness. And so we've all experienced that ethnically, culturally, politically, with our class, with body, all the body stuff, all the imagery stuff. We've suffered through that. And then some of us, men or women, doesn't matter, have actually suffered the loss through fire. Material loss, but that's not as important as human. And we have loss of fire that happens in our personal environment. We have the loss of fires of war. People have lost people in war, fires of war. How many of you have experienced loss due to fire in some way? Fire. Fire in your home, the loss of a human in the fire, the loss of human at war, the fires of war. And then we have the metaphor of the fire. You know, fire is powerful. Fire brings us warmth. It heats our food. It cooks our food that needs to be cooked in order to digest. And also fire will take everything away. Everything. Everything. And leave nothing. How many of you have everything taken away and left with nothing? No one? You're in a good place. How many of you have ever walked on fire? How many of you dance around the fire? Interact with fire in a sacred way? How many of you might burn candles to create ceremony, sacred space? Of course, we're heated. Bodies are warmed by fire. So fire being the metaphor of loss and of power. The alchemists use that element to burn off the gross material so that the purest self can evolve. How many of you have walked that fire where you had to just download and undress and unpack the oppression, the internalized oppression, classes, races, and sexes, and ages, and bodyism? Had to unpack all of that, burn it all off so that you can come in the front. How many of you had that experience in your personal lives? Fire. She rises. Mystical perception, sacred medicine. She stands outside the contemporary mind. A wounded healer, metamorphic shapeshifter, gatekeeper of pulse, ancient radiance of woman's power, dissolving the veils to legendary history trail, forever expanding vastness, can never stay concealed. She who rises, she rises, she who rises. From the fire, with the fire, I am rising. She knows the burden of trembling fear, cries for relief of her own and others' despair. The burden of trembling, suffering, pain, she protectively invokes to know. She grows ever stronger with the wisdom of the teaching flame. Her soul is authentic, no, not ethnic. She spirals in the cycles of the watery mist, liquid pulse, the abyss, harmonics. She's an ordinary woman, she's you and me. When she rises, we soar, just as before, just as before, just as before, just as before, just as before. Just as before, we are spirit walking pathfinders. We are profoundly profound, oracular reminder with splendor and rapture. Our voice we have found. Together we resound. She who rises, she who rises, she who rises, she who rises, she who rises from the fire. With the fire, I am rising. Oh, Thank you so much. Well, we have just a little pause bringing Dawood up to the stage, who wants to also acknowledge International Women's Month.
Thank you. Thank you. Once again, Ubaka Hill and Rhythm Dance, we appreciate them being here at the West Library and to keep this going and to recognize women who have made a difference and continue to make a difference. We have a couple of awards that we'd like to present, and this year, as part of the International Women's History Month, we have an award we'd like to present. It's celebrating International Women's History Month. And The award is under Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, and Ida B. Wells. Community Service Award presented to Ubaka Hill. For outstanding and distinguished service in the arts and cultural organizing for the betterment of humanity, presented by the Community Awareness Series at Department of the Jersey City Public Library, March 2015.
I absolutely appreciate this. I truly do. Thank you.
Thank you. And also, the other award goes to someone who has been a part of this program for decades and is kind of the unsung hero to what we do here. They provide programs, they organize programs, they present programs. They also do an array of administrative stuff like promotional flyers and you name it. You know, this is just untold task, and they go under the radar. So we want to acknowledge this person for all the work they've done over the years in making the Community Awareness Series what it is. And again, this is celebrating International Women's History Month. Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Ida B. Wells, Community Service Award presented to Barbara J.
Very nice, Barbara.
Distinguished, come on up. In the arts and cultural organizing for the betterment of humanity, presented by the Community Awareness Series of the Department of Jersey City Public Library, March 2015. And
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and for setting the example that we can honor each other. It doesn't really take a whole lot to make that happen. So thank you, Doug.
Thank you for all the work you've done over the years, and helping make this possible. And through that early work that Ubaka did with us, we are able to continue on because the roots were planted very strong, and we could carry on. I also want to, before they go back to the program, I want to acknowledge a brother who's been here and participated in this program going way back when, and he was just here last week celebrating Malcolm X, and that we had our Malcolm X tribute last week, and I'm talking about musician, poet, Rashi Jima. Rashi Jima! This is the way back, the way back club. So also I want to give knowledge to a couple of people who've helped to carry this program on and strengthen it. One of them is back there, Mr. Dante DiGrigoda. Dante. Also another early member of CAS and helped us a great deal in laying that foundation, Mr. Arnold Williams. Arnold. Also the CAS staff members, we got Mr. Stephen Pinkley back there, Arlene Munn, our videographer Sheldon Walden, we got also Robert Mangomos, Delora Williams, Chester Tucker, And I hope I got everybody. Yeah, I mentioned Steve. Steve has been working with this program for the last 25 years. And when she said, Ubaka mentioned about struggle, and that the struggle, I mean, the opposition to this program has never come from the community, never. It's always come from the power structure, and that whether it's City Hall, whether it's out of the mayor's office or city council office, whether it's the administration, the library administration, and we've had to take them on all the time over the many years, and we're still standing here. We've seen many of them come and go, and we're still here. And a lot of it has to do because we get community support in that, and people come out, whether it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, we had good community support that says this program is great for the community, and we're going to stand up with it and fight for its existence. So we're going to... Yeah, Arlene Munn. Yeah. What's happening in Vegas, and I'll wrap it up, is that, come 2016, we're going to take a little different direction. We're going to operate off of our own 501c3. And through that, raise the funds, and where we are in total control of our funding, and that we have the space, the office, the auditorium, and all that still within our control. So it's gonna be something really different. I'm looking forward to it because, I mean, the year after year battle for a budget has been overwhelming, and that, and anyway, what our program budget adds up to. Think about this. We know what bombs and planes and all that stuff add up to. Supporting dictatorships over the decades, all that, the billions of dollars, the war, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, you name it, how much money that costs. But you know what our program budget is? 2 people in jail for 1 year. For whatever. 2 people in jail for 1 year. Now, we're trying to keep people out of jail by having these kind of uplifting programs. That's how minute our budget is now, and we got to fight for that every year. And that, so hopefully things will turn around. As we go into 2016, we got a good staff, we got a good board, good advisors, and so forth. And we'd like to have Ms. Ubaka Hill as one of our advisors on the advisory board. And that, so that's all good news.
That's all good news.
Yeah, we got another great artist who's coming on, Ben Jones. Yep, Ben Jones. There's other good folks that are going to help stabilize this program and help us grow. So anyway, with that, let's get back to the music. Ubaka Hill and Rhythm Dance.
And so I'm inviting some more friends onto the stage here, and here they are joining us. Yes.
I would just like to thank Daoud for all of his hard work.
Absolutely. And now this is your hometown. Now you were born in Jersey, is that right?
No, New York.
New York, okay, but you grew up here pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jersey City. Who knew? So if anybody's familiar with Jersey City, I went to PS 22. I also went to Lincoln High School. That was my high school. Not Dickinson or Snyder, Lincoln. That's right, St. Peter's College for a little while. Absolutely. So yeah, this was my hometown until it wasn't. I had to do a lot more growing, and Jersey at that time didn't have it. Didn't have what I needed to continue. And it's like what Daoud said, when we can come back home, come home to our roots, and we go out and learn and on the path of discovery, and then we come back home and bring back to the people what we've learned. and bring the energy that we've received and the gifts and the benefits from that journey. And then we leave. I am going back upstate tomorrow. So thank you all. Okay. You comfortable? You want to come a little closer? Good? All right. So this next song is a song that was actually written by Gabriel Roth. Some of you might be familiar. Gabriel Roth, who's already passed, blessed be her soul. And she brought the 5 elements dance. She's brought a lot of powerful medicine through music and dance. And like I said, she's already left the planet. And this is one of her songs called Rest Your Tears Here. You know, we can all be out there in Warrior and Amazon and doing big work, you know, and then sometimes there's nothing like a good cry. And only a good cry, or when we release those tears, we make room so that we can go back to the village, or go back, or go forward to continue the big work. So this is a song where you get to just rest for a minute in the arms of the mother. Rest your tears. It's your call. You decide when you're ready to return to your place to make a difference in the world. It's part of self-care, where we take care of ourselves in that way. Our emotional body as we take care of our physical, spiritual bodies. Okay? All right. You'll feel it.
I know.
You already do. Yes, because this sister is also a teacher of great mystery. So I want to give you a little opportunity just to say a little bit about what you're doing, about an instrument that a lot of people may know about, but don't get to experience a lot.
Oh, jeez.
Just take a short minute. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ubaka. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tahaya. T-A-H-Y-A. It's an Arabic name that means greetings or welcome, and I am honored to be sharing the stage with my old friend Ubaka this evening and greeting all of you. And the instrument that I have been privileged to bring forth and reemerge after it's being buried by the sands of time is something that was played by the musician priestesses and chantresses in ancient Egyptian temple ceremony. It's called the sistrum. And I am mortified that I don't have one with me tonight, but I do have lovely little postcards, and I'd be happy to give you some. And thank you, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out tonight. And she came out and actually presented a workshop at our Million Women Drummers Gathering 2013. Some of you might have been there. And just so you know, mark your calendars, 2016 will be the next gathering. But we are planting trees along the way, right? So it's not just about gathering. We want to make sure we are part of a sustainable future for drums and trees. You see all this wood up here? Most people see drums and wooden instruments. Fewer people see trees. These are trees. We play trees. Right? We play trees. And in order for the next generation to have trees to play, we have to plant some trees. And I tell you, I cannot trust or entrust my faith in the big machines that are deforesting the forests. The big corporations that are going in and clear cutting. I cannot trust that they care about me and you and about our experience with wooden musical instruments. So our initiative is called the Million Women Drummers Gathering, Global Initiative for a Sustainable Future of Trees and the wooden instruments made from them. So when you see MWDG or Million Women Drummers come to Jersey for a meetup, come, because that's what it's about. And we'll plant trees together for the future. Okay? Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, if you want to stand, that would be great, actually, now that I think about it. If you'd like to, that'd be lovely. Please. Yes, that would be lovely. Okay, so the next song is instrumental. That'd be lovely. I don't want to wait you out. And first of all, let me just make sure I got to do a little business. You know this is not a paid gig, right? You a paid gig? Thank you for saying yes. You got to be clear about certain things. Can't make it. All right. Well, this next song is called Beyond the Edge. Beyond the edge. You ever think about what's beyond the edge? The edge of anything. The edge. Beyond the horizon. You ever thought about what's beyond the horizon? What's beyond the edge? What's beyond the line? What's beyond the precipice? What's beyond the line of change? If I don't do this, I must be doing that. But what is that thing? What's beyond that? So this is called Beyond the Edge. And I've heard it say, the instruction is move to the edge where the old world ends and something else begins. And that something else is us. And that something else is a new way of thinking, is a new paradigm, which I call paradigm. Can you paradig it? Listen, you will know that you have shifted into the new paradigm, in a new way of thinking. When you look at that word, you know that word paradigm, right? First of all, it doesn't make sense to me, but anyway. P-A-R-A-D-I-G-M. I look at that word, I see paradigm. How did you get dime out of D-I-G-M? I don't know. Diggle. So you will know you have shifted into a new consciousness. When you look at that word and it says paradigm to you, And then when you are on the path, whether it's here in Jersey City or deep into the Amazon jungles, wherever we meet, and we will greet each other and meet each other, and we look at each other's eyes, and we have some deep conversation, and we'll say, can you dig it, baby? We know we have shifted. All right? Beyond the edge. beyond the edge. And that's the great mystery. It's the great mystery of our birth. When we can go beyond the edge, we touch the mystery of our birth. And it's a mystery. Why am I here? Why was I born on this planet? For what? Who determined my birth here? And who determined what I am to do while I'm here? And who determines whether I stay or not? That last one is worth a good conversation. Beyond the edge. So we're moving along here to another song here called Ride the Wind. And the inspiration is, we get to determine what we're doing here. We determine how long we're going to stay here. We also get to determine what we're going to do while we're here. And one of the things that this song says is that I'm going to live my life until I'm done. Not until you're done with me, until I'm done. When I'm done, I leave. But until that, I'm here. I'm here. And I'm here to do something, not to just take up space, but to do something. And so this song, Ride the Wind, speaks to that. And just by the way, I don't have any of my, I have 3 CDs. I have none here.
Okay, thank you.
I am working actually to bring my 3rd CD back into print. Had a good run, sold out that run. You know, it's all about the funds. And so I am soon come, very close to having Beyond the Wind, which is the title of the CD, Beyond the Edge actually, to bring that forward again. And my first CD was called Shapeshifters. Some of you have that one? You might have it as a cassette actually. Way Back Club. And then the second one's called Dance the Spiral Dance. Some of you have that one? Yes. Both on the Lady Slipper record label. The 3rd CD is on my own independent. So I'm looking forward to bring that one, and certainly I'm looking forward to producing a 4th CD.
Thank you.
Thank you. So when you see that notice go out, any way you could help to make that happen, I'd certainly appreciate. So this song is called Beyond the Wind. Ride the wind. Beyond the wind, ride the wind, beyond the edge. We're gonna ride the winds. Ride the wind. You know what, and the inspiration for this song, you ever watch a bird ride the wind? You know, they'll take a couple of flaps and then they don't, they just coast. That's riding the wind. Just ride the wind. Seagulls, hawks, of course, live in the country, you see many more birds that might be, you know, placed with a lot of buildings, but, so that's the idea, riding the wind. Here we go. This song is also about forgiveness. Until I'm done, I'm gonna love. My heart's been hurt before. Ooh, ooh, I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna pray to thee, into me, see. Yeah, to what I've got to do here. I've got to leave my handprints on the wall. That's right. Take flight, ride the wind, ride the wind. Take flight, ride the wind, ride the wind. Take flight, ride the wind, ride the wind, and fly, ooh, that's your part, and fly, ooh, and fly, ooh, and fly, ooh. Come with me to the water of forgiveness. Let's grow and be each other's witness. Take flight, ride the wind, and fly. I've got to leave my handprints on the wall. Take flight, take flight, ride the wind, and fly, and yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to move a little spoken word here. And I actually realized I need some glasses. They're not up here. Ruthie, can you give me a hand, please? Ruthie, would you help me out? Would you look at my, unless anybody has some readers. It's all readers. It's all about readers. $1.99. That'll work for me. Either, you know, I'm doing okay or I'm in denial. Let's one of the $1.99, man. No prescription here. It's a magnification. I like that as a metaphor. Give me some magnification. Absolutely. Okay. So this, yeah, watch out. Watch out. Rocky is magnified. Okay. All right. Well, I think that with this song, I'd like to invite somebody up on the stage. So there's a flute player here in this audience. I think that I know that to be true. Do we have a flute player here? Come on, don't be shy. I don't have that much time. You know, come on. So, you know, I always like to mix it up. For those of you who have been to my shows, you know I like to blend the community audience onto the stage. You know, no separation, and that we get to really have a good time. You know, like we used to do. You know, music was played on the front porch. I mean, we didn't go to halls and centers and sit down in rows of chairs. We came, we grabbed something, and we played music, and, you know, stood around, you know, got in a circle, whatever. And, you know, we have a little bit more structure going on, and it's great that we have this container now of community and roots music. But let's remember what I like to call front porch music. You know, you grab something and play. Grab yourself a hoe and play. You know what I'm talking about. When you live in the country, you know what I'm talking about. You know what a hoe is? I'm not that one. You see, I moved to the country and my vocabulary has changed. Hoe doesn't mean the same thing. Hoe is something that you use to move the soil. And here's another word that's really a favorite for me. Not only just the word, but it's the experience. You ready for it? Remember, I was educated in PS22 in Lincoln High School. Compost. It's a great word. Not only is it a great word, it's a great experience. To see the food scrap that come from the table go into a heap of other food scraps, and it ends up being beautiful soil. I mean, look, I'm a girl from the hood, and listen to me, beautiful soil. Loved it, and loved the experience of that, and then taking that soil and put it on the earth and grow food. How many of you have grown food? It doesn't matter, right? City, country, you can grow food. We can grow food wherever we are. It doesn't matter. Rooftops, front porch, backyard, or on some land, right? And that's where we need to be heading, right? Grow food. Grow as much as your food before Monsanto's just spoils it all. Just spoils it all. You think you're putting good seed in the ground and what comes out is something that cannot reproduce itself. And we can't have that. It's about a sustainable life, not a cycle that ends and has to be started through some chemical process. So before Monsanto's, you know, is a law of the land as much as possible. If you're not growing, at least buy from the local farmers. I know in the inner city, Newark, there's farmers markets, there's corner gardens. You know, even in Brooklyn, I remember I was so excited. You know, my last address, the tagline, "Do or die, Bedford's die." That was the tagline. But even in that community, there was a community garden. Around the corner, folks got together, took a lot that the city totally abandoned, not interested in, grew food. That was wonderful. And even though you might have just got a little square, it's just a wonderful feeling when you know you're putting seed in the ground. And we remember, see, this is our ancestral connection. We remember, we have a memory, even if we've never done it in this lifetime. As soon as we put our hands in the soil, we smell that soil, put the seed, we remember that we do this, we know how to do this. And it's more natural than going to the supermarket to buy broccoli. To grow it, it's very different. But beware the chemtrails. Okay, I'm going to come back and talk to you about some of I don't have a whole lot of time tonight. Anyway. Good. Let's go. So this is a spoken word piece, and thank you for joining on the food. So, you know, we come to shows for a lot of different reasons. But for this one, we're saying we come to be danced. We've come to be danced. meaning of the Trinity, the body, the breath, the beat, the body, the breath, the beat dance, the shout, hallelujah, from the top of our voices dance, the mother, may I take 10 giants lead dance, the ale accent, free dance, everyone can come to my party dance. We are come to turn that into light, to unravel, to play, to fly, to play, to dream, to play, to fly, to lead, to lead. We have come to be danced. We have come to be danced. We have come to be danced. Yeah. How you feeling? You ready to be dancing soon? I have to just tell you that I am extremely envious of those chairs that you're sitting in. Because your chairs right about now are experiencing the greatest lap dance there ever was. I see you wiggling in your seats. Those chairs are getting the greatest lap dance. It's a good thing. Just know. So anytime the mosh pit is clear, room is clear, there's space to dance. You know, here's an interesting thing. It's called make a memory. You know, we live life and we go through life, and just because of that, we do collect memories. Some of those memories we want to remember. It's like, I want to remember this. And then there are those memories that we do this. When we backstroke memory lane, we say this. I don't see you, you don't see me. I don't see you, you don't see me. I don't want to remember this experience. And then there are those memories, it's like, oh, I want to remember this, and we put it next to a rock or a stone and we go and visit. You ever visit with a good memory? Right? You think of it and you sit with it and just, oh. So here's the thing. We can deliberately make a memory. You ever thought about that? That you could decide today, March 14th, Saturday, March 14th, that this moment, within the next 2, 3, 5 minutes, that you are going to make a memory, deliberately. You're gonna say, I'm making a memory so that when I go back through memory lane, and I go back to Saturday, March 14th, Jersey City, New Jersey, Miller Branch Library, Community Awareness Series, I danced. So you dancing. I danced. And I didn't just give my chair a lap dance. That I made a memory. I moved my body to move energy to celebrate my own life. So I invite you to make a memory, a deliberate memory. Okay? So that you have that. Now I just have to remember where you put it. So when you go back to sit with it, you like the squirrels? You ever see the post-it? You ever see that? I had to go. You ever see that post-it commercial with squirrels? Right? It opens up with all these post-its inside of a tree trunk, and it says the nut is under the left tree, under the root over there. And then you see the squirrel coming in with posting up all these post-its. So he remembers where he put all the nuts. That's why they take so many of them. And they hide them all over the place because they can't remember where they put them. So make a memory. Tonight's tonight. I don't know if I'm going to see you again or when I will. I hope I will see you forever. But, you know, life goes in very interesting ways. So this is the night. This is all we have. They say that the only thing that we have is right now, the present now, right? We don't have tomorrow. We're gonna work towards that, but what we have right now. So make a memory. Okay? We've got a little bit of time here. I'm not going to keep you up too late, but we got a little time. Okay? Here we go. So with this song, how many of you like to dance and not too shy about it? 1 out of 50? Well, this next song is truly a song to have fun with and to perhaps, I don't know, maybe I'm old school, maybe I go to the way back club way too far back. But in old school, we would ask people to dance. You remember that? You ask people, would you like to have this dance? Would you like to, you remember that? Yeah, some of you say, yeah, the good old days. You're not just dancing all by, okay? And it's okay to say no, right? It's all right, we have to accept that. It's okay to say no. We're not gonna harass you about that. And a dance is only dance. I'm not inviting you to dinner. No. It's just an invitation to dance right now. Okay? So we just set those parameters. So I'd invite you to invite someone to dance. Oh. Okay? This is called Take Me Round. And this song says what we can do to imagine the future possibilities. It's one thing to remember what we've got going right now, but it's another thing to imagine the future. And not only just imagine it, but actually create it through that imagination where we create the future. It's called Take Me Round. You ready? Melissa's shifting over here to the cajon. Not the cojones, no, not cojones. Cajon. Yeah, right. Here we go. And any of you have a drum, rattle, or shaker in the audience? Come on, join me on this one. Just from where you are. Bring that energy into the audience. Yeah, there we go. And maybe if you're not playing, maybe you're just gonna go, give me a little clapping, so I get some energy coming up from you there. Come on, y'all, look. Right here. Just give me some of this. Nice, just give me some of this. Now, I just need to finish this picture, to make this picture feel complete, we just need a few people moving in the mosh pit. We just need a few people dancing right about in here. And maybe you're inviting somebody to dance with you. Yeah, thank you. Nice, very good, thank you. Take me around the world, take me across the widest ocean. Take me around the world, take me across the deepest sea. I want to live in a world with more compassion. I know that kind of world begins right here with me. So take me to the heart, take me with the pure emotion. Take me to a possible future I foresee. I want to see more smiles and treaties broken. I want to know how kind the human race can be. I want to know it, I want to feel it. I want to see it in your smile. Face to face, heart to heart, mind to mind, soul to soul. I want you to find, and I want you to find it too. I really do. Take me around the world, take me across the widest ocean. Take me around the world, take me across the deepest sea. I want to live in a world with more compassion. I know that kind of world begins right here with me. You know we're all in this together, and what hurts you hurts me too. And it's always been up to us to find the possibilities, to shape shift by choice, to magnify by love, to make a difference. What it's gonna take to make a difference. Take me around the world, take me across the widest ocean. Take me around the world, take me across the deepest sea. I want to live in a world with more compassion. I know that kind of world begins right here with me. I know that love is the answer, and love is where we're all are coming from, and we're going to love beyond, beyond, beyond. I know that love is the answer, and love is where we're going to. I do, I really, really, really do. Take me around the world, take me across the wide know that kind of world begins right here with you and me and you and me. You know we're all in this together. What hurts you hurts me too. And it's always been up to us to find the possibilities, to shape shift by choice, to magnify by love, to make a difference. What it's gonna take to make a difference. Take me around the world, take me across the widest ocean. Take me around the world, take me across the deepest sea. I wanna live in the world with more compassion. I know that kind of world begins right here with me and you and you and me. You know we're all in this together. What hurts you hurts me too. Always been up to us to find the possibilities, to magnify by love, to shape shift by choice, to make a difference. What it's gonna take to make a difference. Take me around the world, take me across the widest ocean. Take me around the world, take me across the deepest sea. I wanna find more smiles and treaties broken. I wanna know how true the human race can be. I wanna know how true the human race can be. I wanna know how kind the human race can be. I wanna know how kind the human race can be. Yeah, thank you. Just so you have a reminder, Olympia, Melissa. And just a little bit about Olympia. Olympia, up in the mountains up there, I mean, she has her work in the world and helping young people with speech therapists as a profession. She also plays with Alessandra Belloni. Some of you may know of her. And so you've had a great time playing with her over the years, of course. And got to perform at the Million Women Drummers Gathering. And Melissa has her own band, a band that she works with, that's Zumbi, right? Zumbi, and you play with a lot of different musicians.
I play with a blues band.
Blues band.
Squared blues band. I used to play many years with a group called Ubaka, which was a Brazilian 7, 8, 9-piece Brazilian band, all female. So that was nice.
Yeah.
And I teach, so anyone who wants lessons.
Come to Woodstock.
Come to Woodstock and make the trip.
Beautiful. Okay, so you get a little sense. So I'm going to shift our set list a little bit. Let's go to the marketplace. Yeah? Okay, let's do the marketplace. Okay. Now those of you got the drums out, this is another good one. We want for dancing and all that good stuff. How you feel about it, everybody? Okay, you good? Yeah. You glad you came? Yeah. Good, thank you. I'm glad you came too, because you never know who's gonna show up, really. And so thank you for showing up. Thank you. For showing up for me. Okay. So sometimes, it just takes one person to start dancing and people feel like they have permission. And sometimes when the children are around, they're tranced out. They're not asleep, they're in a trance. Okay, they take all this in and drain it. Okay.